Devonleigh home comes equipped with its very own smart thermostat. This is a fully Wi-Fi compatible and app compatible thermostat that allows you to control all of the features included in your HVAC system. Let's go through some tips and tricks to make the most of it. When you first get into your home, you'll see your thermostat screen will look something just like this. We have our current temperature of 21.5 degrees inside, our current time, and our current outdoor temperature. Your outdoor temperature is read by a sensor on the exterior of your house that you'll be shown at your pre-delivery inspection. To get into the thermostat to adjust features and to make changes, all we need to do is tap the screen. We can see at the top it says we have 45% humidity inside, 21.5 degrees is our temperature, and our current setting is for heat at 18 degrees. If we want to increase the temperature or decrease the temperature, all we need to do is use the up and down arrows on the left and right side of our set point. I just increased it to 19.5 degrees, and if I now want to switch it to cool for air conditioning, if it's equipped in the home, I can tap that set point. This opens up our mode menu. Inside our mode menu, we have a couple different options. Auto is going to switch automatically between heat and air conditioning if it's installed. Heat will only run the heat as needed, and cool will only run the air conditioning as needed if equipped, and off leaves everything off. You'll find your thermostat will be left on the most appropriate setting based on the equipment installed and the time of year. For this example, we'll leave it on heat. We can simply click done at the bottom to accept the changes that we've made and save them. Now, if we want to get into the menu on the thermostat, we can tap the three lines at the bottom. Starting off at the top of our menu and working our way down, there's a few features to be aware of. Mode up here brings us to the same menu we just saw before. This is just the second way to get to it. Backing out to our main menu again, our next option is our fan. This refers to our furnace fan. There are three options in this menu. Auto, which means it's just going to run whenever there is a call for heat or a call for air conditioning if equipped. On will run the fan all the time, and circulate will run it periodically throughout the day, and these same descriptions are inside that menu. We recommend that you leave your furnace fan running on all the time. It runs on a low speed, does not draw a significant amount of electricity, but it will help to create more even temperature and humidity, room to room and floor to floor, ultimately making your home a lot more comfortable to live in. We're going to leave it for the on setting right now for today's example. The next menu item down is called Priority. This menu will not have any impact on your use for this thermostat. This thermostat has some features that involve other zone control, which is not how the systems are set up. So when you see your thermostat and you see a message that says there are no sensors, do not panic. That is exactly how it's supposed to be, and this is simply just not a feature that's utilized in this thermostat. Below that, we have the ability to do scheduling. When we do our schedule, we can see that right now the schedule is disabled, but if you wish to have a way to control your HVAC to run on its own schedule according to your day-to-day life, all you need to do is either enable the schedule or create a new one. And from there, you can make different times of day for the thermostat to do different actions, like turning on your heat or turning on your air conditioning if equipped. You can tap the schedule options and either turn it off or disable it or reset it back to the default if you want. You'll find we'll leave it disabled for you when you move into the house. Back in our main menu, we can see the next option is humidification. Your home has a built-in humidifier, and this is going to automatically be enabled in the winter time when your thermostat is set to heat. If your thermostat is on heat, your humidifier will work. If it is not on heat, it will automatically turn it off. Inside of this menu, we can see that we have a current indoor humidity of 45%. Below that is what it's trying to work towards, which again is 45%. We can increase or decrease this with the same up and down arrows as the temperature. It moves in 5% blocks, moving from 45 to 50, or I can bring it back down to 40. The range you want to keep your humidity in is between 40 and 50%. 45 is right in the middle, and that's where you'll find it when you move in. We'll hit done to save those changes. Below that is our ventilation. Your home comes with something called an HRV, a heat recovery ventilator. That's big words to say it's a ventilation system that ensures your indoor air stays fresh and doesn't get stale. We can control that system in a couple different ways. At the top of the screen, we have auto. Auto means it's going to run on its own periodically for 15 to 20 minutes per hour. The next one is to turn it on. This will run it continuously 24 hours a day. We do not recommend you ever have it on all the time. It will affect your indoor humidity too much. Your other option is off. Off can sometimes be an advantage if you find that your humidity is either too high or too low based on the outside. If it's the winter time, you may find the inside air is a little bit too dry, even though your humidity settings are right. If that's the case, you can turn off your HRV. If you find that your humidity is too high in the summer, you can do the same by turning off the HRV. The other option you have is to leave it on auto and to manually turn it on a timer. If you wanted to bring some fresh air into the house, perhaps you've done some cooking or some cleaning and you'd like to bring in the fresh air without opening a window, you can then set the timer for your desired number of minutes. You click done, and then it will count that down, exchanging the air through the house and freshening everything up for you. For today, we're going to cancel this timer so we can leave it as we found it. When you move into your home, you'll see that it'll be set on the automatic setup. Back in our main menu, when we scroll down, there will be some settings that we do not need to worry about on a day-to-day basis, as they'll be preset for you by our install team, so there's no need to go changing them. Further down, you'll see a section for configuration. This is where you can enable and utilize the smart features on your Honeywell home thermostat. The first one we see is Wi-Fi, and this looks just like the Wi-Fi screen on many smartphones and tablets. You'll look for your Wi-Fi network, you'll tap it, you'll enter the security code to log yourself onto your network, and from there, you can then access the thermostat remotely from the app. Below Wi-Fi, we see Connect app, and this is where you're going to connect the Honeywell Home app if you choose to download it on your smartphone or tablet and connect it to the thermostat so that you can remotely control the unit. You do not miss out on any features by not controlling it remotely. Not every person wants a smart thermostat, and that's okay. If you are someone who likes to use it on the wall and not have it on your phone, don't worry, you're not missing out on any perks. If you do feel that the Honeywell Home product is a good fit for you and you end up purchasing further products, you can connect what's called their Home Kit, and that's the one below that. That is a way to tie in the products together to create an ecosystem, just like you might be familiar with Google Nest, Ecobee, or other smart products on the market today. Lastly, below that, you'll see a place called Preferences. Preferences is exactly what you think it is. It's an opportunity for you to change settings for your display. Perhaps you have a preference for Celsius or Fahrenheit. We can go ahead and change that between the two inside our temperature format menu. If I want to change it to Fahrenheit, I click it, say done to save it, and we move on. You can change your language, you can change your screen color, you can change your clock on the main screen. There's lots of options that you can choose to make this personal for you, but those all live inside of this last menu. You will find that the user manual will be left in the home for you so that you can read through it on your own and get familiar with the ins and outs of the unit. A common question people will ask is if they can switch this to a different product, whether that is a Google product, an Ecobee, an Amazon product, and so on. And the answer is yes, but you probably shouldn't. This thermostat is going to be connected to a controller on your furnace, which manages all the functions that we just went through. And changing this means changing that, and changing those can jeopardize the warranty on your HVAC. So we recommend that you keep the system just as you found it to preserve your warranty coverage. As always, if you have questions or concerns or you're not too sure, you can always reach out to our team and we'd love to help you.